Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now this video is all about gentlemen's clubs while we have a walk down Wongamat Beach South. Now I've been telling you guys about gentlemen's clubs for 3 years now, and according to the emails and comments I get, it still seems that there are still thousands of you guys who've never tried one. You've never tried them because it seems that you're scared to go into a closed-door bar. As you think you're going to get locked inside and surrounded by doormen and fleeced of every bite you possess. Really, that's some of the comments. They're really scary. I understand that you're in a foreign country and obviously you want to be cautious. So that's exactly why we do these videos like this, advice videos. And all of the regular viewers know me, and you know that you can trust what I say, and I won't steer you wrong. So when I say, in my opinion, gents clubs are by far the best value for money of any type of bar in Pattaya, believe me, it's true, in my opinion, of course. Let me just briefly run through your anxieties, worries, whatever you want to call it, that you've mentioned in various different emails. Although they're called gentlemen's clubs, there's no membership at all. And there's no entry charge. That's something else people were concerned about. And there's no requirement to buy anything other than a drink for yourself. And that can be just, in fact, even a soft drink at 60 baht for like $1.70, or a beer, a normal local beer, 90 baht, which is $2.50 for a normal beer, or Leo or Chang or something, while you sit down and you look around at the staff. If there's nothing that takes your fancy, you can just finish your drink and leave, and it will cost you less than $3. Okay? There's no rip-offs with gents clubs. Don't think that. There absolutely is not. Now, it's not like those Eastern European bars, shall we call them, that I did a video on recently. You know what I'm talking about. There's no trick, no scam, no con with gents clubs. Don't be afraid to walk in. You just ring the doorbell, and when they open it, you just say hello, walk in, or if there's a doorman, say hello and just walk in. It's that easy. Gents clubs are full of expats. Why do you think that is? Why? Because they know the score. They like value for money. They rarely go to dancing bars unless it's just to get happy hour cheap beer, and that's it, an eye candy. Now, another worry that some of you seem to have is the quality of the staff in gents clubs. Now, this depends to a degree on the quality of the gents club. With some of your favourite gents clubs, which I'll get onto in a minute, I've seen 8s and 9s working regularly. Having spoken to them, they said that they prefer Falang. That's why they don't work in the dancing bars. But the girls who work in the dancing bars seem to prefer Asian guys, as 90% of the dancing bar customers are Asian. Which makes sense when you think about it. It's their preference, you know. Now, another thing that you should know about gents clubs is that I've been to just about every one of them in Pattaya, and it's extremely rare to come across any drink queens. It does happen, but usually it's a new staff member who's scared to death and basically will only do the drinking bit, because ST is how they make their money. That's how they make it. So, it's very rare you come across drink queens. So you can't really say that about beer bars. And certainly there are some beer bars around which are full of them. They're usually very nice looking, but they're absolute total drink queens. and that's some of the well-known beer bars around Bukawa area. Um, and of course, dancing bars are absolutely full of them. I mean, probably 60, 70, maybe 80% of the staff are drink queens in dancing bars. You know, not, in my opinion, anyway, not good, but that's the way it is. So let's have a chat about your emails, which about Gents Clubs, and which are your favourites. Well, if we start at the centre of Pattaya and work our way out, that's where we'll do it. It seems that there are two particular top favourites, and that those two are Maggie May on Soy Pothole and Heaven Above on Soy Boomerang. Now, they couldn't be more different. Really, they really couldn't. You couldn't get two more opposites. Completely different approach to a Gents Club, totally different. And obviously half of you, well, a whole bunch of you like one style, the very, very traditional style, and the other half of you tend to like the slightly more modern style. But I mean, I explain the difference. We'll just run through it and see what you think, you know. I mean, Maggie May's is on Soy Pothole is much more low-key and very traditional in its style. It opens at 1 p.m. until midnight, and it has 2 pool tables. Since its extension to double the size, it's become very popular. It has both curtains and rooms, and it has very traditional decor. So that's really, really popular, that place now, especially since it got to the next door and became twice the size. Particularly, it's much better now, and there's no dancing whatsoever, none at all. The staff sit outside at the front, and then they come inside as customers arrive with the customers. The prices are sort of 90 baht for a beer and 155 for a lady drink, and the staff are in the late 20s and 30s. So it's definitely recommended. Now, your other top favourite Gents Club was Heaven Above on Soy Boomerang. I mean, this is completely different in every possible way to Maggie May's. I mean, to start with, it's more like a sort of 50-50 split between a Gents Club and a dancing bar. For example, although it opens at 6 p.m., not 1, 6, no one goes until 7 p.m. and it's open till 3 a.m. or 3:30 a.m. as late as it can be, in other words. And the decor inside is very impressive and dramatic. And there are dancing tables, quite sturdy tables, all over the place, which is well strong enough for someone to dance on. And about every 30 minutes or so, some of the staff will dance for about 10 minutes. And when they dance, they are bereft of attire, some completely. But the music is never too loud. It's always sort of age appropriate with the staff. Not with the staff. Not with the staff, no, with the customers. And you can always hold a conversation quite easily. The place is well lit, very well lit, so you can see the staff very clearly. It's not at all dark like a lot of places are. There are no pool tables. It's not that type of place, and there are no curtains. It's not that type of place. But there are rooms, very nice rooms. Beer is like 90 baht or 100 baht, depending, 95 baht, and lady drinks are 150. So it's proper Gents Club prices. And also the rest of it is normal Gents Club prices. So I think there must be at least 50 staff, at least, probably more. And they are the highest quality level of any Gents Club at all in all of Pattaya. And they're all in the 20s and 30s. So that's sort of a brief rundown of Heaven Above, which is highly recommended. Now, if you move more out of the city, slightly across Third Road, for example, onto Soi Bangkok, there's another of your favourite gents clubs, and that's Babylon. That's been popular for years and years and years, long time. That opens at normal times, 2 o'clock in the afternoon until midnight. So with Babylon, the prices are just, again, very, very reasonable, like 90 baht for a beer and 150 for a lady drink. It has some very nice stuff in their 20s and their 30s. And it's popular, very popular, especially with expats, because it gives good value for money, you know, and that's what expats like, value for money. It's a very traditional gents club. It has both the curtains and rooms for 300 and 400. By the way, I'll put a Google Map link to all of these gents clubs in the description box below. Just look under the video and click more. And it opens the description box, and then you'll see the map links, and also that's how you get to Patreon. So while we're on the subject of Patreon and stuff like that, check your subscription. Just check it, guys, because they're being removed left, right and centre. They really are. So many of you guys are emailing me, say, oh, they've done it again. You know, it's just Pattaya. They've got a bee in the bonnet about Pattaya, and they keep removing subscriptions, YT. So you've got to keep checking. Just the way it is. What can we do? Now, moving out of the city centre, moving south of the city centre, should I say, we come across Camel Toe Gents Club, which has been going for years, and is a very traditional one, which opens at 1 p.m. until about 10 p.m. and is a favourite of expats again because of value for money. I mean, for years Camel Toe only ever had curtains, but last year they added an on-site room, which has made it much more popular. Now, just another one is, many of you guys live in Pratham Neck, and there you have two favourites, which are actually on adjacent streets, just right next to each other, and those two are the much newer Cat Flaps and the traditional Kinnery. Well, they're both traditional clubs actually, but the Kinnery's been around for years. Now, if you watch the first 5 minutes of the last podcast, then you would already have seen the inside of Cat Flaps Gents Club, because it's really, really nice looking, beautiful inside. And I mean, the whole place is just glass and mirrors and luxury sofas and everything. It's really nice, really lovely place. It's impressive, and it's only a few months old. I think I did the very first video on it was, I think, 8 months, 9 months ago, maybe something like that. It's not that old. Again, the music is not loud, and the drinks are the usual 90 baht for a beer, 155 for a lady drink. And it works traditional times, opening at 1 p.m. until about 10 in the evening. The staff are a little bit younger, mostly in their 20s. Again, they have privacy curtains and 2 rooms at the usual sort of cheap rates. It's getting more and more popular due to the fact that many of the staff are really nice and the prices are good value for money, again, you see. And the place looks beautiful. Now, on the next street is Kinnery Gents Club, which has been around for years and years and years. Again, it's a traditional club. It opens at 1 o'clock until about 10 p.m. Again, the prices are the usual cheap Gents Club drink rates, including the rooms, and there are no curtains in that particular place, just rooms. And the staff tend to be late 20s and 30s, mostly 30s, I would say, with Kinnery. Now, traditionally, some gents clubs do a full roast dinner, 2 days a week, in the case of Kinnery, they do a roast dinner, and it's very popular. I think it's a Wednesday and then one of the days at the weekend. And you only have to buy maybe a couple of lady drinks and a couple of drinks for yourself, and it's free. You get a complete roast dinner for free. Kinnery has 2 bars and 3 different rooms, lounge rooms, and sofas all over the place, in the centre, around the edge, and it has a very big strong table in the main lounge. And the last time I was there, 2 of the staff who had quite a lot to drink decided to climb on the table and do a show for the guys, which they all enjoyed. So those are 2 of the favourites in Pratamnak, I would say. Now we can move to Jomtien for one last one if you like. There's one very long established gents club which seems to be on everyone's favourite list, you know, and that's Passion, which is a large private villa with a wall around and its own good-sized swimming pool. When it's a hot day, people will get tipsy. They can and will and do have pool parties. They also give again free barbecue at the weekend. If you buy a couple of lady drinks and your own drinks, it's one very large room with a big strong table in the middle, which is used every day to do a show, yeah, with a couple of the staff. At the end of the room there's a big pool table, and most times a couple of the staff will play a game of pool for the entertainment of all the customers sitting around watching. Around the walls we've got large TVs playing 80s and 90s music videos, and not too loud, so you can talk very easily. Once again, the drinks prices are 90 baht for beer, 150 for lady drink, rooms 400. Value for money, following the traditional gents club theme, really, isn't it? So guys, those are your favourite gents clubs according to your emails and comments. You seem to understand the difference between where expats go and where the tourists go. Don't go to the dancing bars where the tourists go and get ripped off. So if you click more below, you have a look at Patreon, and please and subscribe and like and share and ring the bell. And particularly Patreon's getting really popular now. So that was your favourite gents clubs, really. They're the ones that you asked me about, you mentioned, you go to and say it's good and all the rest of it. So they're the ones which are your favourites, it would appear to me. So that's why I thought I'd share it with you. Anyway, have a look at Patreon, as I said before. There's a lot of good stuff down there. We're now putting some really good interview videos with in gents clubs with all the individual staff and everything, showing them all and talking to them and everything. It's very entertaining. And so let's have a little check also, guys, about your subscription. Make sure, okay, because they're being removed. So, okay, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and I shall see you on the next video. And please subscribe, like, share, and ring the bell and all the usual stuff. And thanks a lot, guys.